Hi guys, I hope you are well. And all those that are dealing with this messy storm, I pray that you are safe. We're gonna tap in today. We're gonna use we're gonna use two oracle decks and a tarot deck. Just know that this is a collective reading. You can book a personal on the website. Link is in my bio and description on YouTube and TikTok. Let's see. We are connecting with the intention to provide clarity and insight for your highest and greatest good. You are surrounded in divine white light and love, and that is it. So be it. Okay. What is the advice for the collective at this time? I trust the wisdom within. So this is you trusting your guidance, trusting yourself. We have, yeah, isn't that beautiful? Trusting the guidance within, the wisdom within. Where there is a will, there is a way. So this is you staying on your path, knowing that everything's working out for you, knowing that it takes just one step in the direction of your choice. You understand now that everything that you've experienced was for this path because you're here and you were called on a mission. Honesty is the best policy. I feel like this is you being honest with yourself and then demanding that people meet you where you're at. My breath connects me to life. Okay, so this is you understanding how important your life force body is and your energy and cleansing it, clearing it, and doing that energetic maintenance, as well as like tapping into opportunities to receive codes, light codes, energy healings, purgings, manifestation. So maybe there's some YouTube manifestation videos to do, as well as like breath work. I'm seeing like you doing a lot of work with the chakras. Okay. Hey, how you doing, chakras? So utilizing that sacred technology, okay, and healing abilities, to continue to enhance your life force abilities. Okay. Healing myself heals my lineage. Another reason why you were here and what you've been going through is for that purpose. Your mind is an altar to source energy. So again, making sure that like your thoughts, your feelings, things that come and go, right? Almost like text messages, right? Like they kind of pop up on your phone or there's some sort of like notification. I feel like when these notifications come up, you can just swipe them away and not give it another thought. And so this happens when we have a lot of like intrusive thoughts or the past is coming up or there's negative thought patterns playing out in the subconscious. I feel like consider it like a notification that you get on your phone from like Macy's having a sale or I don't know, you know, even like the alerts that come through when there's like flooding or someone's missing, like the Amber Alerts, I think they're called. It's kind of like that. It's like, it's for your awareness, but then it doesn't mean you need to attach to it. Okay, so letting those things come and go because they're not meant to create from. My high vibes heal the world, right? Because your thoughts create your reality, and you're an energy here that is meant to share your high vibes for the greater good. Okay, that's beautiful. Understanding that you are not alone, we are not alone. All right, beautiful messages today. Thank you. Let's get a little bit more information about trusting the wisdom that you receive, okay? What is the wisdom that you're speaking about that you could clarify here? Can I use this deck for this? Yes. Okay. All right. What is the wisdom that you are referring to? The first card out is sleeping with the enemy. Wow. I feel like you received guidance that the person that you were attached to in some sort of dynamic was not good for you. I feel like you received this epiphany, okay? All right. What else do we need to know about this sleeping with the enemy? Talk to your spirit guides, ancestors, okay? And the saints. I feel like this is who you received the information, the guidance from about the person that you were dealing with. So you received this through divine wisdom and guidance. Okay, this could have been through like a premonition. It could have been like an intuitive hit. It could have been you were seeing things in your third eye, clairvoyantly. You might have seen red flags along the way, maybe chose to ignore them, but then eventually there was enough that confirmed things for you energetically, as well as the guidance received specifically from your spiritual team and your ancestors. All right. What else do we need to know about this? So make sure you're talking to your spirit guides. Interesting. This isn't even supposed to be in this deck. Look at, holy shit. And it's the Knight of Pentacles. And it's about to clarify where there's a will, there's a way. All right. So again, there's a path here. All right. And it's golden. It's like a golden path. Okay. It's illuminated specifically for you. All you need to do is follow and take a step. Take a step in this direction. I feel like you were guided, okay? Very much guided here, okay? Away from whoever this energy was, all right? And I feel like you can trust the guidance you received because they're leading you straight to your destiny, which is the sunflower of this pentacle, all right? I feel like it is slow and steady wins the race. Where there is a will, there is a way. So I feel like you understand this. I feel like you have a lot of strong will. Like you're very strong-willed. Okay. Well, how about that? Thank you, sir. That was a beautiful little nugget. Little nugget. All right. Thank you. That was beautiful. I feel like you have a strong connection to your spiritual team. And if you don't feel like you do, I feel like that's something to work on, okay? If you feel like that is something to further develop. I feel like there also could be questions about like, what's your energy versus someone else's energy. I'm also getting that. And so if you ask for assistance, you might actually get some situations to practice with in your physical reality. So with people that are around you or whatnot. So sometimes they'll use your current environment to help you learn the lesson, to know what is for you and what isn't for you. What's your energy, what's not your energy. So, all right. There's some sort of gold digger energy. I feel like this is the past energy. I'm also getting that there is this physical move and relocation, okay? I feel like this, is something that is part of this whole first two cards, right? Like moving on towards something that, something that is going to bring you what you are wanting to experience here. I feel like there was someone who was only interested in money and gaining, gold digger energy. And I feel like there is, an opportunity for some of us to relocate either physically or, you energetically removed yourself from the situation. Okay, I feel like you do receive a lot of guidance, a lot of information. Okay, this is the High Priestess, really, I think, in this deck. Messages through thoughts, words, and visions. So yeah, so this is, I was called here on a mission. Like you're meant to use these abilities, okay? And as a result of you being on the path now, your sacred path, your purpose, there very much could be a reason to redirect you, okay, towards something that you were meant to experience here. All right. I feel like there's been a lot of steps that you've had to take, and they've been guided steps. They've been steps that you may not have any physical evidence of, but you received all the direction, the information, spiritually, okay, using your gifts. I feel like you've experienced the dark night of the soul as well. So you've been through the spiritual awakening process. And as a result of that, you're now on your divine path, okay, which is tied to your vision, which is tied to your visions, as well as your mission. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, okay. Okay. I feel like someone went to a third party for, again, we were picking up the gold digger energy. I feel like somebody entertained others for the sake of status, okay? And I feel like they lied about it, all right? And this is confirming and clarifying honesty is the best policy. I feel like there was dishonesty in this situation about what someone entered into, what someone was doing behind the scenes, and what somebody involved you in unknowingly, okay? And then when they were asked about it, they probably lied to you. And so because there's no honesty, there's no trust, there's no connection to you anymore. I feel like also confirmation that because of this redirection, there will be abundance coming in for you as a result of what was experienced. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this past energies that you were dealing with, you know, even now you could be seeing this, that people are wearing a false mask, and it's because they're stuck in their ego and they're in the 3D reality. I feel like that's this past energy. Okay. Here, the third party here. All right. I feel like they pretended to be something that they were not, right? I feel like they pretended to be something that they were not to you, and then they went and entertained a third party and pretended to be something that they're not. And so did the third party. Like, they pretended to be something that they're not. So it's like all three were dishonest and were wearing a false mask. Except for you. I don't think you were wearing a false mask. But I feel like you were wearing rose-colored glasses. How about that? Because you believe this person. You know, like, why would this person do this to you? Like, this is just so twisted and dark and disgusting. I feel like you never thought someone you would have strong feelings for would be someone who would be capable of this, okay? But again, like, this initiated you. This was something that helped you find your divine path, and so it served its purpose, okay? And now you're about to serve your purpose. Funny how that works. All right, my breath connects me to life. Oh. All right. Ancestors are helping you. You've had a lot of support along the way. You are not doing this alone, okay? Also, let go of pain past, let go of past pain, anger, bitterness, and resentment regarding someone who can't help themselves, okay? There's no helping from you to this person. They're not willing to make any changes in their life. They're currently battling codependency at this time, and it could range from, you know, alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, money, maybe even like trying to figure out their own sexual preferences. There's a lot of numbing going on. There's a lot of lack of accountability, and emotions are high, okay, with the water sign energy. All right, so you may be picking up on that energy, okay? So just know, like, again, when I was talking about the intrusive thoughts and things like that, just know that you could be picking up on that, on their energy and what they're going through with this third party. Because I feel like the third party may have promised them some sort of money through some sort of deal that they made, but nothing's being received here. It's all fake. It's all lies. It's all deceit. All right, so healing myself heals my lineage. All right, so this is like, you didn't experience and go through this for nothing, okay? Look, check this out. Look at this. Guided towards your destined path and purpose. Isn't that a pretty card, right? And then look at this. Where there's a will, there's a way, okay? Don't give up. There's no crying in baseball, I just heard. So, there's no crying in baseball. Oh, it's funny. All right. Healing myself heals my lineage. Pray more. They want you to pray more. Be connected with your higher self and your spiritual team. You know, the earth realm needs your prayers. That's why you're here. Okay? Because your prayers reach far and wide. Okay? You have this strong... you're like a beacon, okay? So you're on earth, but not of it. Does that make any sense? So you project, okay, through your heart chakra, and it goes like out through your crown and third as well. So I feel like you're just illuminating all this energy. And when you pray, it's very high vibrational, like you're tapping into a lot of different I'm almost seeing like bands, like they're showing me the hurricane and how like the hurricane has bands, and so like when the bands come through, they're like very concentrated and intense. So I'm kind of seeing that, like the vibration, like if you're listening to like a beat, it's like so just know that you have a big impact, especially when you pray. We need more prayers. As well as like all of this, healing myself heals my lineage, okay, is for the purpose, well, one of the purposes is to release past karmic debt. This could be from your ancestors, or this could be your karmic debt from previous lifetimes. We all have to wrap up those contracts. We all have to pick up where we left off if there's unfinished business when it comes to karmic contracts. It is based on the law of cause and effect and many other things. So just know that this is, I feel like there's some gratefulness that you are doing this for the lineage, okay, as well. And I'm also getting like they are saying, like, if you need anything, just ask, okay? Just ask. We'll be happy to help you, is what I'm getting, okay? So if you feel like you're needing help with something, then I want you to just ask, okay, and pray about it. I just heard, ask and you shall receive. Okay. Woof. All right. Your mind is an altar to source energy. So when we were last talking about this card, we were talking about how our mindset works and how important it is to have a positive mindset, and how our mind creates our physical reality, right? And we are living in like a simulation, a dream space, a dream world. So sometimes when they say dream big, like the impossible is possible, they're not kidding, because it is. And so I feel like that's becoming a very big awareness for you. And I feel like you're doing a lot to kind of make sure that like when a thought comes through, you are discarding it, like flicking it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just flick it away. Just like, it's not mine, see you later. You can even say delete, cancel, like whatever intention you want to set to that intrusive thought. I want you to apply the practice, and I want you to do it consistently. Because a lot of what's coming your way is kind of like the bands, okay? Again, the same reference, the hurricane bands that come through. When they come through, they're intense, and then you feel like you just got like hit by a Mack truck or a hurricane. So I feel like there is something going on that you very much pick up, okay? And this is, again, part of why you're here, which is to, for some of you, use your spiritual abilities here to help transmute, okay? And so, and you can do what you want with that energy, okay? If, you know the rules is what I'm getting at. Like they said, there's no concern there. You know the rules. So the energy that you might be picking up on is this false masculine. Okay, again, tied to this karmic third party, the one that, pretended to be something that they weren't. It's because like they pretended that they were a loving, caring, kind person, and someone who was like, a role model, right? A good guy, good girl. But they really were a false masculine. Okay. So this is someone who like extremely low vibrational, very toxic energy. And they were they were pretending to be something that they weren't. Okay. That's the bottom line, as well as dealing with their own issues with health and spiritual sickness. So I feel like part of their experience now, after dealing with this third party energy, is that they were dealing with a lot of low vibrational energy. Translate that however you want, but it's creating some illness here. Okay, it's creating some issues. So here's some examples of what might be playing out in this energy here. It's kind of like watch out for red flags as well. I feel like what you have been very focused on, and I feel like you redirect your thoughts accordingly. But one thing to maybe, if this aligns for you, is to consider that like there's something far bigger playing out here for you, and that's where they want you to set the goals. That's where they want you to walk that golden brick road for, okay? Because there is this like major union coming in for you. So this could be with oneself. This can be, usually that is the case, like it usually happens within oneself, and then it starts within and then kind of goes outside. So I feel like that's playing out here. Okay, so they want you to consider this on your altar, because your mind is an altar to source energy. Okay, so let that sink in. Like, what intentions do you notice around you? Okay, or on your altar? What are the little notes? What are the things that you look at and you think about? Are they bringing positive thoughts? Are they reminding you of the past pain? So keep in mind about like where that flow goes. And if there's things to purge, cleanse, redirect, then do so. All right. I feel like someone's taking a break from a player energy, or somebody wants to take a break from being a player. I'm not sure that they can't really hold up to that bargain. I feel like they've already showed you their true character. So I also feel like this could be you like going away, traveling, you know, building your utopia, focused on the utopia that you want to experience. This is like new earth energy. So I feel like your mind is an altar to source energy. So focus on what you want to experience. Okay. Don't worry about this past energy. All right. Yeah. Focus on like amazing experiences that you want to have. Like, it's almost like the canvas is clear. You're about to pick the paintbrushes and the paints, and you're like, what am I going to create today? And you don't really have any ideas. So you just pick out some of your favorite colored paints. And you're like, oh, well, I always like these colors. Maybe I'll just use this for such and such. Next thing you know, you create this beautiful piece of art. So sometimes you got to just like bring what's necessary to the table, and then let creation take over, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot going on here, like working with others to create chaos and conflict. I feel like that's what you're here to offset, to heal, to clear, to transmute. Is you're offsetting this with your high vibes, okay? And with your high vibes, it helps to heal the world. It's a collective thing. And so when the collective is raising its vibration higher, then this no longer has a prevalence. This no longer has control or a stronghold, okay? Like, they will fall. So that's happening on a large scale. So again, it plays out in our universe, but then it also shows us in our personal lives. There are people stalking, watching, you know, very interested in like what's going on with you. And, you know, what that shows is their own lack of focus, because they should be focusing on themselves and what they're doing in their life instead of what you're doing in your life. So I would say that. And then I have, yeah, this is, you know, this is what we're talking about here. New opportunities are coming. Take the risk. It's going to lead to happiness, joy, and emotional fulfillment. Okay. High vibes, baby, high vibes. This is all, there's enough for everybody. I feel like there's no reason to try to take something from somebody else, okay? Because you don't want to put in the hard work, right? You'd rather create chaos and conflict and drama. So you can get one up on somebody. Like, this is terrible. Like, fraudulent activity, illegal practices, like, again, working with others to do it. Like, that's not the reality that the collective wants to be surrounded by. We're focusing on, you know, making a difference here and becoming better and ascending away from this type of toxicity. Okay, so it's a choice. It's a free will choice. And you don't need to be in this environment anymore if you don't want to. You know, like, you have a choice to decide to who you associate with. Okay. And again, you know, we all know the root cause here. Okay. Childhood trauma, unhealed childhood trauma. Okay. We all have it. It's part of our assignment in being here. We're still responsible for and accountable for how that plays out in our human existence. Okay, we're still responsible and accountable for how this is dealt with, because we all have it. Okay, every single energy here on this planet was born into a family in the structure with the ancestral trauma, as well as karmic cycles that are playing out. Okay, it's all part of the lessons. We're in our school. It's like part of the curriculum. Okay, so it's kind of like, it's like learning how to read. Okay, is, you know, a focus here on earth is to work through that childhood trauma and, you know, close out those karmic contracts and lessons, and try not to create a whole lot more of them. So I feel like this represents like free and clear, okay, from a lot of karmic experiences where I feel like this is just on repeat. The cycle's continuing here. Lessons still need to be learned. So I feel like there's also that. And again, that's why we're here. We're here to learn through, you know, relationships with other people, through experiences. And we're all responsible for how we show up to that and how we work with one another. Okay? Yeah, I feel like there's definitely some sort of ego death energy here, right? Which is, you know, this is coming from a place of ego. Okay? Right? All of our past experiences affecting us in this lifetime and not addressing it. It's like one having more power over the other. And so they both can somewhat exist. It's just finding balance and harmony with that. And, you know, it's that duality of things, you know, because we also have, you know, this, which is, you know, being on the other side of this turbulence, this chaos. And so I feel like there is a large scale effort, okay, to transition from this through an ego death to the other side, which is like, you know, the rainbow energy, rainbow bridge, ascension process. So very much part of the mission here for whoever this reading is truly like resonating. Okay. So there's that. Let me see if there's any other cards needed from this deck real quick. Do I need any other cards? You want to switch decks? Okay, we're going to switch decks. Leave these. Clear them. Okay, we're going to clear these. Sometimes I like to reference things, you know. Sometimes we reference things. All right, so this is fun. I've never like really used any of these decks in combination with each other before, so that's kind of cool. That's why I do love this, because there's so much, like, believe it or not, like, it's like an art. It's quite cool. All right, so this one, thank you for that. Put that back in the right deck. Okay. Let's see if we can ask some questions here. We're at 30 minutes. Let's see. Oh, just in case you guys are wondering, all good is in my neighborhood, so we don't gotta worry about that when it comes to the storm. Because it was whipping. It still comes through like a band, but whew, not like what the West Coast is dealing with. Okay, let's see here. What are we gonna ask? Hold on. Let's see. I'm like, give me a card. Tell me what the advice is, and we'll go from there. Hold on. I want to just kind of make a note real quick. I'm looking at a note that I have, which is like sometimes we need like a quick yes or no answer to something. And so I wanted to share with you guys a few options to use when you ask a question of your tarot and you want a yes or no answer. So if you get the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, as well as the Cups, 5, 7, and 8. And from Pentacles, it would be the number 5. If you are asking a question and you receive from the major arcana Death, Devil, Tower, or Moon, those would be no cards. And then something neutral, like there needs to be maybe a clarifying question asked or more information is to be revealed, would be like a neutral stance. That would be the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, the Hermit, and the Hanged Man. So if you wanted to have a little tarot tip, there you go. All right, so let's see. No, okay. 4 of Cups. That's funny. Oh, you know what I was gonna ask? There's been a lot of this, like, there's been a lot of karmic energy, right? But again, it's part of the cycle closing out. And so I do feel a very strong presence, you know, energetically, that, you know, many of you are like something is, you know, going to be a surprise to you, okay? Like right now you might be like, oh, I feel like I've just been waiting forever. Like the patience is running out, okay? You might be in isolation. You might just kind of like, so let's see. What is this 4 of Cups? 7 of Swords next. Okay, because I was sitting here before, like I was really getting into it and I was like, do we need to ask what the advice is if this past energy does come back? Okay, it's not going to be for everybody, okay? So if you need that kind of advice, go to the site and maybe book a video reading for like 20 bucks. If you need to know specifically for your situation and how best to prepare yourself, or work on it energetically for it to not happen. But I would say the 7 of Swords here is like, there's like you're isolated for a reason, okay? Because there are those out there that, you know, you're on their tongue, shall we say. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there is some sort of Wheel of Fortune. So this is ending. It's almost like not too much longer, okay? I feel like, you know, whatever shots they fired are being returned. And so I feel like the lessons, the information, I feel like they're going to learn a difficult lesson is what I'm getting. Okay, so like you learned the lesson and so they're going to have to repeat it, okay? So, and the lesson you learned was most likely to really heal from like codependency and maybe do some self-worth and self-love energy. I feel like this energy that you were dealing with, you know, it could even be a parent or a child. I'm getting like even some friends here may have done a lot behind your back, okay? And you're such a like loving, caring, trusting person that you couldn't believe someone would do this to you. And because of this person's true identity, I feel like you were able to remove yourself, okay, and get to safety, regardless of like what they've tried to do. You've been kind of like almost hidden in plain sight, or you might have been hidden in plain sight. I'm getting like a hidden in plain sight. But I feel like that, like all things will be revealed. Okay. And then there'll be an ending. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Major changes here. So that might be what they may use as a pitch. I realized, like, there might be like, they'll say that they realized something, but then, and that they've changed. Okay. Like, I feel like there's going to be this pitch, like, I've changed. I'm not the same, something like that. Okay. And then I have the Six of Pentacles. So again, this is like that huge infinity symbol on here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But that is like, I'm getting like they are starting to experience what they did to you, but maybe elevated. Okay. All right. Well. So yeah, fuck. Justice. Jeez. You weren't messing around. All right. So yeah, that is an exclamation point there, that this past energy, they are experiencing their karma, their lessons. For the energy that they put out, they are receiving. They're being held accountable for their own energy investments. Whatever they put their energy to is what was recorded. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is the Akasha. So, you know, it's part of like the life record. Okay. And so based on the laws of the universe, which there are many, but one of them is, you know, thought, word, or action towards something, which would be that energy exchange. We are all responsible for as a result of like our free will. We have free will choice. And so that's what's playing out here. Okay. And then we have the World card. So yeah, I feel like you kept yourself away from what was going on behind the scenes because you knew that karma would play out and justice would be served. And that is what legit is happening in this very moment. So yeah, and the end with the World card. I feel like this is being completed. This is completion. And then I have Judgment. Okay. So yeah, and then there's the Eight of Swords, which is someone not wanting to take accountability or take that look in the mirror. I feel like this is like self-limiting beliefs. I feel like there is the Sun here. I feel like there is a choice here. And I feel like somebody is free and clear as well, and a child of the divine. So they're protected.